Alright guys, we're going to bring something back that hasn't been done or talked about in a while, and it is indefinitely, I'm going to show you exactly what it might be. So, throw it in the comments before the video is over, and maybe you'll know exactly what I'm doing. If not, I'm going to put it in the description. So, right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the feed from the BK that I have the receipt from 7-7 that puts Bill and Dante in the car with me that day that I was drugged and got a DUI. Now, whether or not people believe me, that's what happened. You know, no one falls asleep at 308 pounds after almost 5 hours and only had 4 drinks of 16 ounces and a shot. It was called the Vietnamese car bomb. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But the version that I had was just, I believe it's tequila clear, hot sauce inside of a hard-boiled egg that has the yolk taken out. You cut it in half, you slam the tequila, and then you drink the hot sauce out of the egg bowl, and then you can eat the egg afterwards, which I do. So yeah, so right now that's my main concern. I've tried to contact Burger King many times about the situation, and you know, the biggest problem that I'm having is that they don't seem to be taking it seriously. And I don't know about you, but that's a big problem. Without putting them physically in my car, and all I have is a can that doesn't belong to me and a pill pack that doesn't belong to me in my car. Now, they may be on federal charges for tampering with my mail that my post office now knows of, and putting the dates on the mail, not only when it was shipped through the mail and collected, but the dates of when they're putting it inside of my mailbox now, which is further preventing my landlord from delegating to Dante or anyone else to do it. I know that they're all involved. It doesn't matter if I catch them. The only one who has access to my mailbox is my landlord himself, the current mailman, and whoever my landlord gave the keys to. And I'm going to guess it's the 3 people that I've been having problems with. Sky is also one of them that I've been having issues with. Well, once she gave my girlfriend, who has my 11-year-old son, that dirty look, it told me everything I need to. Nobody threatens my girl, and nobody threatens my kid either. Okay, it doesn't matter if I haven't known him up until now. You know, that just tells me that it's not just those two, that Sky has something to do with it too. Why would you screw face a girl that you don't know, and we've never, you know, engaged in sexual conversation or anything like that, other than me hitting on you when I first moved in and you said you had a boyfriend, you know, Sky, that's about it. So yeah, and then I brought Crystal over the second day to my house. Yes, 2 girls back to back, okay? And I introduced her to Dante, trying to truce, and said, oh, hi, this is Crystal, you know, Crystal, Dante, Dante, Crystal. Next thing you know, almost the same thing. After either of these people see somebody from my complex, all of a sudden, everything's in fucking hoots the next day, and these girls don't want to talk to me anymore. So I'd say that's a little suspicious. What's going on? Couldn't tell you, but it seems suspicious. One I've known for 10 years, the other one I've known for only a few months. But technically, you know, after my last car accident, I stopped talking to Crystal because I didn't want to drag her down in what I knew was going to be one of the hardest moments of my life, trying to get my back in order. So I guess she thought I wasn't calling her, and I thought she wasn't going to talk to me due to her giving me my birthday presents on my birthday when I got into the car accident, and on my way to see her, of course, Crystal, and my Christmas presents for that year. You know, so we kind of double played each other. So yeah, so here it is. The infamous McGangbang. Oh yeah. That's his bomb. And yeah, so I mean, don't really know what to do about it. But what I need to focus on right now is finding someone around the Sunset Bay, Silver Creek area who has cameras that'll lead to the street on or around the time that I'm looking for. All I need is just a camera to see two people in the back seat of my vehicle. The only other way I could do this is with a witness from like one of the neighbors that saw us get into my car, because they always did the same thing. Even when we went out to the bar, and even when we went out to Sunset Bay, they had this fixation on wanting to take their separate cars. Now, I don't know about you, but I've partied with a lot of people. If you know that you can all meet up at one location and go out, that's what you usually do. Why do they both want to drive their individual cars all the time, every time they were trying to hang out with me and go far somewhere? I don't know. But if you're thinking what I'm thinking and what happened to me, your guess is as good as mine. They didn't want to be there for when I fell asleep behind the wheel. So yeah, their probably main plan was to probably drug me at Sunset Bay. But, you know, they were with me, so they can in fact do that. And, you know, so they carried it out later on. And I fell asleep behind the wheel after dropping Tim off. Just fell right out. Don't have no recollection or nothing about it. Didn't get drowsy or anything. Just waiting at the Colvin light on Sheridan, and all of a sudden waking up to cops all around me. I wasn't even buzzed at that point. 4 drinks over almost 5 hours and a shot at 308 pounds? Do yourself a favor and go on a DUI calculator. You type in that math and tell me what you come up with. New York State is 0.08 for the actual felony of DUI, or driving while intoxicated, DWI. Or driving under the influence, however you want to put it, okay? 0.7 is when you're safe. 0.8 is what puts you in jail, which most people don't know. So if I'm smart enough to know that, I think I'm smart enough to put 2 and 3 together to get 5 with these yahoos. So, other than that, what is also funny, this thing is actually really good. They did a hell of a job at the McDonald's in Silver Creek, New York here. Man. That sucker is juicy, crispy. I can taste the pickles. I can taste everything in there. Chicken's a little thin. Patties definitely got thinner. Look at those patties. Those patties are 2. This is the size of 1. But, you know, $3.25 or whatever it was. And you can't complain. So, yeah. So, I mean, really, what it comes down to is just catching them. I still have the receipt and I still have the time, so I at least have a time frame, and I could still use that receipt to get a time frame around my neighborhood from anyone who has cameras, and hopefully a terabyte of RAM who can go back that far. Furthermore, there's also highway traffic cam options. You know, so I mean, I've got a lot of ground to cover. I don't know about you guys, but I believe in me. I trust me. I've actually had to do this a few times before, which is why I know what I know right now. You know, unfortunately, those didn't result in anything taken off, but they're definitely a reduction. But this time I'm going for the full Monty. I shouldn't have got what I got, and those officers should never did what they did to me. You know, it's called bullying. You know, corruption doesn't have a place in the U.S. You want corruption? Go somewhere else where they do it all the time for their citizens. Don't do it to me or us. But anywho, going up on the 10-minute mark here, so I'm just going to spit out the other story that happened not too long ago. So I was at Ali's. I bought the stuff that I showed you inside the interior. I sat out there for, I think, the better half of 2 hours, and tried to put all the stuff in. Some guy comes up to me and says, "What are you doing here all day, man? You do this all day, every day." And I'm like, "I'm only out here one time during the middle of the week and on the weekends during summer and spring only." And he's like, "Well, my girlfriend, you know, is worried." And I said, "I don't know. I don't care. I don't even know who that is." And he's like, "Well, I'm her husband. You got me worried." I go, "I don't give a shit about what you guys are talking about." And then he sped off. The cops came, and now I'm not allowed on the premises or the entire lot. Go figure.